Howdy, gang. Happy Wednesday. That's right. Give a listen because the Gaming Gang Dispatch is in the air. Howdy, gang, and welcome once again to the Duct Tape Studios. I'm Jeff McAleer, your host, here at the Gaming Gang Dispatch, brought to you by, shockingly enough, thegaminggang.com, of which I happen to be the founder and editor-in-chief. So welcome aboard. It is Thanksgiving Eve here in the United States, and it is also Wednesday, November 22nd, 2023. This also happens to be live show number 990. Yes, getting oh so close to the 1000th live stream. Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. So, first thing I want to point out, if you're not overly familiar with this show, it is super casual. Just hanging around talking about the latest in tabletop gaming news. And then we will normally take a first look at a board game or a role-playing game. Every blue moon, I'll actually share a live review on the show. But for the most part, it's always first looks. And tonight shall be no different. There are actually two first looks, two games, not one. There you go, rather than two mints in one. But they are the same theme. They are from the same publisher and same designer. And I am talking about Vinyl Jukebox Edition. So we'll take a look at this first, followed by Vinyl Holiday Edition. I thought this was called Season's Greetings, but it is not. That is the alternate name for this, nor is this an expansion to vinyl. It is a standalone game. So we're actually going to be taking a look at two games tonight. Sweet. Very nice. Very nice. Of course, if you are tuning in because you want to watch the live unboxings, I do want to let you know we tackle the tabletop gaming news first around here. So it'll probably be 35, maybe 40 minutes before we start taking a peek into the two Jukebox editions. So if you are watching live, kick back, put your feet up, relax, enjoy. It is the holiday season kicking off, and yes, this is when a lot of people experience tons of stress. So relax, take it easy. Of course, when you're not watching videos on the Gaming Gang channel, be sure to visit thegaminggang.com for all the latest in tabletop gaming news, reviews, and a whole lot more you will not find here on the YouTube channel. You know the drill. Get your geek on at thegaminggang.com. Also, if you tune in 30 minutes or more after this show has ended, there will be timestamps. And if you just have to jump past the tabletop gaming news, which you shouldn't, you'll be able to. Those timestamps are located in the show notes, or depending on the device you might be watching this on, right there in the timeline of the video. Lastly, this is a live show, so that means there is chat available. It's not on screen. It's one of the ways I keep some of the more unusual commenters at bay. And you must be a subscriber to the channel and have been for 48 hours before you can take part in chat. Yet, another way that I keep some of the more unusual commenters at bay. But if you want to say howdy, maybe you've got a question, a comment, maybe there's something about Vinyl Jukebox you want a closer look at, or maybe Vinyl Holiday Edition you want a closer look at, then by all means, let me know. Chime in. I will do my best to respond. First out the gate tonight is Kathy Evans. Kevin King is with us, as is Testy Trekkie, who is chiming in from a cruise ship off the Bay of Islands in New Zealand. That's pretty wild. Pretty wild. Well, hello to everybody on the cruise ship when you go back out among the passengers. Sending my regards. Yes. I'm assuming that tonight will be a relatively quiet chat, especially for those out there who tend to be in the United States watching, because I know they got lots of stuff. They're getting ready for tomorrow. I've already taken care of what I need to do. Yes, I'm making my famed sweet and sour cucumbers. Yes. I kind of reverse engineered my grandmother's recipe because hers were phenomenal. Mine are pretty good. Pretty good. Everybody likes them, but hers were just amazing. All right, so let's dive on into the news without any further ado, because there's a new title in the Valeria series of games. It's making its way into stores next month from Daily Magic Games. And of course, I am talking about Guild Academies of Valeria. In Guild Academies of Valeria, players will aim to grow their academies in power and influence through their students and monuments. You've waged war and tended crops, killed for coin, and received visions from the holy martyr Aquila. You've mastered the principles of every guild and devoted your life to Valeria. But now you plan to foster the next generation of hardworking citizens and skilled proteges. That's right. You must create the greatest of the Guild Academies of Valeria. Guild Academies of Valeria takes place over a series of rounds and phases. In the recruitment phase, you will send stewards to the city docks to draft students, dice, academy tiles, and professors. In the education phase, you'll assign students and professors to your growing academy to advance their knowledge. In the questing phase, you will send graduates on assignments that need their particular skills. While all of this is going on, you'll also be building monuments within your academy for powers, seeking favors to increase your abilities, and courting the influence of key members of the 20-strong city council. Their help and influence will mean everything when they judge your completed academy. Guild Academies of Valeria uses action selection, dice drafting, and dice manipulation. Those students, remember? Tile drafting, resource management, and engine building, which would be the academy's contract fulfillment, those pesky quests, and a unique system where players choose which game aspects they want to score. Those are the council ministers, to bring a new aspect to the Valeria universe to life. Guild Academies of Valeria is for 1 to 4 players, ages 14 and up, plays in around 90 to 120 minutes. It's going to carry an MSRP of $60 when it lands in stores on December 13th. I really like the Valeria games. Now, I have not played all of them. I have played a few of them. You have seen me provide first looks and reviews, and they're always unique. It's one of the things that I like about them, that not all too difficult to wrap your head around in order to play, but not difficult to pick up and learn, and also a little more in depth, or they have a bit more depth than maybe at first appearance. So very nice, very nice. There are some of the Valeria games like Shadows of Valeria that come out from time to time, which I gotta say is not the case with many games that I review. Flaming Heron is with us in chat, so we've got one of our chat moderators. We may have another of our chat moderators hanging out. That would be Sarah D. I do believe we will not be seeing our third chat moderator, the Motor City Madman. And no, I am not talking about Ted Nugent, that piece of shit. No, I'm talking about our friend, the Madman. He is in the midst of preparing the meal for tomorrow. Tessie Trekkie asks, is it Turkey Day in the States? No, it is tomorrow, because if it was Turkey Day in the States, you would not be watching this. Currently up on Kickstarter for Adventure Week Games is the Mini Dungeon Tome 2 for Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Here's the skinny. Mini Dungeon Tome 2 contains a wealth of one-shots and side quests for Pathfinder 2nd Edition. It is the standalone sequel to the best-selling Mini Dungeon Tome published in 2018 and continues the collection with over 120 new mini dungeons. The mini dungeons herein are designed to be easy to run with minimum preparation required and cover levels 1 through 20. Mini dungeons are 2-page adventures for Pathfinder 2nd Edition. The popular mini dungeons are designed to drop into any setting and are terrain and level specific, so you always have something to fit your campaign or a one-shot game night, even if you've had no time to prepare. Mini dungeons feature combat, role-playing, and problem-solving, and are a perfect addition to your game if you need a side quest in a pinch. This tome contains over 120 adventures spanning over 240 pages. And depending on the stretch goals, there will be more. The adventures are also color-coded for your convenience, so you can immediately flip to the respective level range you require. Now, Adventure A Week Games has prepared a short Kickstarter video. It's about 2 minutes long, so let's give it a look.
AAW Games is back and better than ever with a Mini Dungeon Tome 2, containing over 100 mini adventures ready to rock for your gaming table. We aim to make your job as a GM easier. Mini dungeons are setting-agnostic adventures that span 2 pages per adventure and are designed specifically so you can run them with no or next to no preparation. With a new and improved layout, detailed indexes organizing adventures by terrain and level, an index of monsters used, and diverse arrays of challenges ranging from role-playing focused scenarios to complex tactical minigames and encounters, the Mini Dungeon Tome 2 is sure to deliver. Whether you're traveling, need a module to bridge the level gap, or just want to spontaneously run an adventure for your friends at a convention, the Mini Dungeon Tome 2 has got you covered. In it, you will explore a lost temple in a fungal jungle, deal with the fallout of the fabled giant beanstalk's collapse, play a round of coffin ball against an undying, sports-obsessed pharaoh, halt the advance of a beastman army, stop the dreaded rites of the deep ones, and so much more. The Mini Dungeon Tome 2 is chock full with adventures ranging from the classic to the unconventional, spanning all types of terrain. Pledge now and make your game more awesome with AAW Games Mini Dungeon Tome 2. Thank you for your consideration and support.
Yes, the project for Mini Dungeons Tome 2 is past the 1,000% funding mark. Yes, you heard that correctly. You can reserve a copy of the hardcover with PDF for a pledge of $49, or grab just the PDF alone for a pledge of $29 through November 30th. The expected delivery is next March, so a relatively quick turnaround here. I like the Adventure a Week releases that I've had an opportunity to review. You may recall that I reviewed Rultmark not too long ago. I did like it. I will point out that the release I've gotten to review from AAW Games, I guess we'll say for short, that really kind of blew my socks off is Rise of the Drow. And I should mention, if you do not own Rise of the Drow, and it is available for 5e, and I seem to recall it being available for Pathfinder. I don't think it's Pathfinder 2nd Edition, but it's not that difficult to port stuff over from 1st Edition Pathfinder to 2nd Edition Pathfinder. But I really dug it a lot, and beginning Black Friday, you'll be able to score it for 50% off over at the Adventure a Week Games website. Also should point out, I have shared a news piece over on thegaminggang.com, which has a handful of Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals, and they are not just affiliate links to various different Amazon games and that are on sale, I should say, at Amazon. No, these are direct from the publisher, and there are some smoking values out there, including half off the award-winning collector's edition, all right? Yeah, I think it's called the collector's edition now, of Rise of the Drow. Sarah D is with us saying howdy. Hello, Sarah. Good to see you. And Jack Hanks is hanging with the gang as well. Moving right along, let's keep talking about role-playing games because there is a fresh bundle of holding which arrived earlier today, and it is a cornucopia of role-playing game goodness. I've got the deets on the deal. Adventurer. In time for the American Thanksgiving holiday, we present this all-new Cornucopia 2023 bundle, the 11th annual offer of top-quality tabletop role-playing game PDFs. For just $14.95, you'll get all 4 complete rulebooks in the starter collection as DRM-free PDFs, including the swinging super spy dimension-hopping role-playing game Agents of Concordia, Apollo 47 Technical Handbook by Tim Hutchings, 1,000-year-old vampire fame there, the Design Mechanisms Casting the Runes, a gumshoe game based on the ghost stories of M.R. James. I got to say, that sounds really interesting. And Scratchpad Publishing's Create Your Own World Superhero RPG, Spectaculars. And if you pay more than the current threshold price, at least earlier this afternoon, of $30.05, you'll level up and also get the entire bonus collection with 4 more hit games. You are looking at them right now. They're worth an additional $84, including the cinematic action hero extravaganza, Outgunned from Two Little Mice. We were just talking about this last night. Outgunned is brand spanking new, folks. Brand spanking new. Pretty sweet. And I think if I remember correctly, it is an $18 PDF alone. You'll also get Chris McDowell's newly revised, it's not that newly revised, it's been about a year, I think, Into the Odd Remastered from Free League Publishing, Unbound, the Universal System from Rowan Rook and Decad, and the 2022 second edition of Worldwide Wrestling, the Apocalypse Engine game from Nathan Paulette. These savings will run through December 13th. 10% of your payment after gateway fees will be donated to the Diana Jones Award Emerging Designer Program. Fantastic deal. And I got to be honest, I don't have anything against the Diana Jones Award Emerging Designer Program, which sends probably underserved people who are role-playing game designers to Gen Con to help promote their games. But come on, man, it's not a charity. It's called a charity, but I'm sorry, if you're going to have a bundle of holding or a humble bundle or anything like that, to me, I'm more excited about that bundle if I see it's going to help feed people or help heal people, not help send people to promote their game. I know. Everybody's like, Jeff, you're walking on my buzz. That's like a really good bundle of holding. I get it. I'm not trying to dissuade you from picking it up. I'm just saying, once again, I've got nothing against Diana Jones Award Emerging Designer Program. Say that 5 times fast. But to me, I want to help people get fed. I want to help people get well, not help people go to Gen Con. Come on. All right, so let's wrap up because, hey, you're looking at Outgunned right now. I talked about it last night, and I did mention there is also the first expansion, first supplement, I guess we'll say, for it. That's right. It is out. It is for the Outgunned Cinematic Action Role-Playing Game. Let's be official. That's its official name. And I've got the scoop on Action Flix. Action Flix is a video store of mini expansions for Outgunned, the cinematic role-playing game. It's a collection of ideas, mechanics, tips, and tools to get straight into the action in ever-changing and surprising contexts. In this book, you'll find 10 action flicks, Star Raiders, jump aboard your starship and live out great adventures across the galaxy. Rising Dragon, become a master of martial arts and fight for what's right. Cloak and Dagger, draw your sword and set off on a journey seeking heroic quests in a romantic era. Great Powers, unleash your superpowers in the fight to protect the world from evil supervillains. Weirder Things, solve the mystery that plagues your town as a teen hero. A Kind of Magic, it's a kind of magic. Unleash the power of your magic and face off against the forces of darkness. Killing Aliens, do your best to survive predator aliens and find the strength to hunt them back. Ghost Hunters, ace your fears and go on the hunt for mischievous ghosts and petty poltergeists. We've got Midnight Wars, side with humans, vampires, or werewolves in their eternal battle for the night. And Neon Noir, pursue the truth on a dark investigation in the streets of a dystopian retro future. In each action flick, you'll find an introduction to the specific subgenre and its core themes, some prompts for your missions, new roles and tropes, new enemies and enemy feats, new dedicated mechanics, a dedicated hero sheet, and a hero who's ready for action. At the end of the book, you'll also find Everything at Once, an extra module to travel across the multiverse, unlike in Planescape, where you stay in one place. By mixing together several flicks. Yes, I'm not going to get over that anytime soon. Here's our adventure for Planescape. Oh, you traveled all the different planes and there's so much going on. But in the adventure, you're just going to stay on one plane. Yeah. This 208-page PDF is available over at Drive-Thru RPG for $14. So, you could pick up that bundle of holding, get yourself outgunned, and then, maybe swing on over to Drive-Thru RPG and pick this up for $14 because it sort of seems like outside of, like traditional fantasy, it's got pretty much a lot of your bases covered as far as wanting to run something, as long as it's going to be action-oriented. Tessie Dranky says, everything at once, all of the time. Kevin R. Smith is with us in chat. Very good to see you, Kevin. Thanks for hanging out with us on Thanksgiving Eve. All right, that is it for the news tonight. Of course, I was just talking about Drive-Thru RPG. Don't forget, the Gaming Gang, thus the Dispatch, is affiliated with the One Bookshelf sites. So if you are going to visit, say, Drive-Thru RPG or Dungeon Masters Guild, Storytellers Vault, even Wargame Vault, please stop by thegaminggang.com. First, click on one of our banner ads, and if you happen to make a purchase, I get a small portion of that sale. And all those nickels, dimes, and quarters really do add up and help keep thegaminggang.com around. Yes. So I have to point out bad news, everybody, or sad news, however you want to look at it. It looks like our donation drive, I guess it is, to get a replacement laptop and order one on like Black Friday or Cyber Monday. Not going to get there. Not going to get there. I will say that I am still blown away by the just amazing, just completely amazing amount of support and the donations that have come in from all over the place. Just has blown my mind. It really has. Raised over $600, just over $600, which is leaving me just little less than $400 short of where the goal should be in order for me to kick in the rest to get a laptop. See, one of the things is, at least in my opinion, you don't want to go pick up a laptop that's just gonna squeak by in what you need to do. Funny thing is, I was just talking to my brother. He wants to buy my niece a new laptop because she's actually using one of my old laptops, which is got to be like 8, 9 years old by now. And I asked him, I say, so, what ballpark budget are you looking at? Because obviously enough, I've been looking at laptop computers, starting to see them in my sleep. And he says, oh, I don't know. I don't want anything, too big a deal for her. He's like, she's just going to use it for school. Now, she is a senior in high school. And I guess she is planning on going to community college. And he said, I don't know, like $150. Which I had to laugh because it wasn't that long ago that my brother just bought a brand new laptop. And it was certainly not a $150 laptop. Probably like $800-900. But yes, Flaming Heron's like, huh? Zoinks? Well, he's looking at Black Friday because there are some Black Friday deals out there. And I told my brother, I said, well, for $150, you're looking at just like a Chromebook or something as far as the specials that are out there. I said, or you're looking at a laptop that's only designed to surf the internet, watch YouTube, send email, Celeron processor, things like that. So I told him, I said, if you can boost the budget up even another $100, and my gift to my niece is going to be money towards her laptop. So I told him, I said, if you can go to like $250, $300, you're going to actually get a real computer with a real processor and real graphics. Not, you're not going to play games and stuff on. Well, I mean, you'll play games, but you're not going to be busting out Red Dead Redemption 2 on it. You're not going to go, oh, hey, I'm done with my paper. I'm going to play some Cyberpunk 2077 on this. But I said, still, it's going to be something respectable that'll be useful for a few years at least, because she's really not a gamer or anything like that. Tessie Drake says they dropped something extra in PayPal. Thank you very kindly for that. But yes, somebody emailed me and they said, I'm surprised you're not more upset about your laptop crapping out and things like that. And my response to that was, a little over 2 years ago, I had a triple bypass. I don't let things get under my skin that much. I just like water off a duck's back for the most part. I get upset or I get angry about something, but even, all my life, I've been one of these people. If I got mad, I don't stew over things. It's like I might get really mad about something and then it's just gone. It's just wasted energy. So yes, it's a bad situation. It sucks. Once again, people have asked, well, how come you're able to do the live streams? It's like completely different technology needed for me to, and once again, it's also stupid ass me, bought a graphics card for the desktop that's down here in the Duct Tape Studios, the luxurious Duct Tape Studios. Yeah, far from that. Especially if you watch, what was it? What stream was it? Was it the 500th live stream that I shared a little bit of video behind the scenes of what this actually looks like? It still looks pretty much the same. There's been a few tweaks here and there, but hey, it's an unfinished basement. That's what it is. It's just a little area of it. It's my Duct Tape Studios, baby. But I got an AMD graphics card. It's actually a really nice AMD graphics card, but unfortunately, AMD and DaVinci Resolve hate each other. And I guess effectively AMD and almost all video editing software do not play I should say play well together. I just saw Flaming Heron said, just less duct tape. Yeah, there is absolutely no duct tape anymore. I know. I'm misleading you by calling it the Duct Tape Studios. Anyway, if you like this video, if you dig the channel, if you find thegaminggang.com to be a valuable resource, if you would like to see review videos and other standalone videos like the Paizo preview or the Cthulhu files or why you should play, like RuneQuest or Traveler. If you'd like to see those again and help out in the laptop fund, hell, if you just like what we do, you can always stop by Gaming Gang. You can always tell none of this is scripted. I don't have any of this written down. You can always stop by paypal.me. The hell did I brain fart on that? / the Gaming Gang and make a small donation. Hell, you can even just buy a 2-liter bottle of soda. I mean, you don't have to go crazy. Tessie Trekkie says, sorry I can't bridge you the whole 400, Jeff, but, well, I'm on a cruise. Yeah, well, I wouldn't expect anyone to do that. The only one I would think who would bridge something like that would be a publisher. A publisher that I've covered for years and years, which the reality is we have not actually seen. Well, I take that back. The folks over at Pulp Hummock Press, I think it's Press, made a donation, and I've never covered anything by them. I shared a news piece about them, and now I noticed I think they watched the show. Whoever runs the social media account for Pulp Hummock Press, they thumb up tweets and stuff like that. Oh, okay. Oh, so Tessie thank you, Tessie Trekkie. Thank you very much. Well, Tessie Trekkie now says we are halfway there. So that $400 is now $200. That is awesome. Thank you so much. Like I said, I am blown away by the generosity. I am going to go through, and on Tuesday's show, I will take some time out to make sure to once again share my appreciation and thank everybody. If we don't hit the $1,000, it's in a fund. It's in the laptop fund. It'll just take time. So, it's not like the standalone videos, as I like to refer to them, which is essentially any video that is not a live stream. They'll be back. They'll be back at some point. I just don't know when. That's all. All righty. So that's all I really was going to chat about tonight was, but thank you very much, Tessie Trekkie. Thank you very, very kindly. I should also point out there are some folks in chat who they have nicknames. I actually know their real name. I just don't use them simply because most people be like, who's he talking about? And people in chat use nicknames because they don't want people using their names. Tessie Drake said, Jeff, you provide quality content at no cost. Plus, the last time I bought books from you, they were criminally cheap. I will have another game sale. I don't know when. I'm going to try to do it before the holidays. I would like to try to do it, say, first couple of days of December, kind of kick it off and just run it for a couple of weeks. Not all month long or whatever like I usually do. So that way I could make sure that as long as there aren't any delays, that anything somebody buys, they'll have for the winter holidays, whatever winter holiday they might celebrate, even if they don't celebrate any, but maybe they exchange gifts with people. So I'm thinking maybe December 1st, all depends. Things have been kind of hectic behind the scenes here the past week or so. I'm fine. Don't worry. I'm A-okay. The cats are good. They're fine. My dad, not so much. I mean, I don't want to put it that way. Yeah, It is what it is, right? 87 years old, you have issues. So I don't know if I'll see 87. I'm sure I won't. I don't know why I'm saying I don't know. No, I won't. But obviously, you have problems. Things happen. So that's why I'm here. I don't know. I know a lot of you watch all the time. You understand that. You understand that's sort of my full-time job. Thereabouts. So that does take up some time in my day, So any random musings for tonight. So hopefully everybody is going to, at least here in the U.S., going to enjoy their Thanksgiving. One word of advice for you: do not stress out. That's all I got to say. Do not stress out. I know everybody's got to be, well, not everybody, but a lot of people have to be exposed to relatives, friends of relatives who you don't share the same views on various different things. Don't even bother getting into it. It's one day of the year, maybe two if you get together for like a winter holiday. Just keep thinking to yourself, yeah, you're a jackass. Not you, that you're a jackass, but they are, and be like, whatever. I don't have to come home to you, whatever. Fleming Hurt says, just spend less time with family. I know he meant spend. He said, just send less time. But I know Fleming Hurt meant spend. Alrighty, so we are going to be diving on in. And first, we're going to look at Vinyl Jukebox from Talon Strikes Studios. I got to make sure I keep remembering that is the correct name. Because I always want to say Talon's Strike or Talon Strikes Studio, but it is studios, just like duct tape studios. I don't know why I did a plural anyway. Tessie Strike says, I got this one uncle who complains every Christmas about their cousin's wife having too much melanin in her skin. Yes. Well, I got a few. Well, I take that back. I have fewer relatives like that now, but I did have some relatives. I don't know if they were that obvious about it, but a different time. Okay, I promise we'll get into the brief intermission in a second here, but something I always float out there, like I love history. I'm a huge history buff. And I have read umpteen history books over the years, hundreds, to be honest. I've listened to probably hundreds of history audiobooks over the years as well, watch documentaries, things like that. And it kind of drives me nuts when people today, or at least in that modern point where maybe say a documentary was shot, complain about people and their moors and their, their racism, their bigotry, prejudices, like 200 years in the past. Or like which drives me nuts is, the people who say, and granted, I'm not saying that Abraham Lincoln was a perfect human being by any stretch of the imagination. Obviously, he was not. But I have seen historians, talk shit about Abraham Lincoln. Oh, he could have done so much more. Look at the period of time. I mean, there's only so far against the stream you can swim before you get washed down into the rapids. I don't. Flaming Heron says we aren't going to get into H.P. Lovecraft. No, well, we won't get into H.P. Lovecraft because remember, H.P. Lovecraft was super racist for his day. I mean, you got to be a super racist when another racist calls you out on being racist. So I wrapped that one up. All righty. So we're going to jump in and take a look at Vinyl Jukebox in just a couple of moments. But first, it's time for a brief intermission. If I go over and click on it. Yes. There, okay, there's the paypal.me/the gaming gang. All right. See, so what happens when I start little buttons here. Now I will.
It's intermission time, folks. Time out for a delicious snack in our sparkling refreshment building. Every item a fresh, appetizing taste treat.
Butterball presents
the spirits of the first turkey lovers.
Dost thou smell turkey?
Oh, 'tis beautiful.
Thou cannot judge turkey by the beauty of its skin.
Indeed, it could be dry.
But this is the Butterball turkey. Always plump and juicy because it's deep basted where hand basting can't reach.
Look how juicy.
Thou never served so juicy a bird.
Thou never brought home a butterball.
Butterball from Swift. 'Tis truly plump and juicy.
This Kenmore microwave oven with variable power can defrost and cook your Thanksgiving turkey.
Kenmore can?
Kenmore can.
Kenmore can.
And right now, you can save $60 on this Kenmore microwave with electronic scan control and temperature probe.
I can save $60?
It's specially priced at $379.95. Aren't you ready for a microwave?
Yes, I am.
Make it a Kenmore. Solid as Sears.
Wilkins Coffee's good coffee.
Boy, what a bad commercial.
The commercial may be bad, but the coffee's wonderful.
Can't get enough of Super Sugar Crisp.
I'll try up Sugar Bear with a Sugar Bear breakfast.
Love the taste of Super Sugar Crisp. Hey, look, gang. Sugar Bear breakfast for us.
And a cage for you, Bear. Ha!
Uh-oh, a blob trap.
You're holding a trap.
Sorry, Blob.
Smart, Sugar Bear.
Smart to have a Sugar Bear breakfast every morning, featuring vitamin fortified post Super Sugar Crisp. Taste to put a smile on your face.
There are 50 adventures for G.I. Joe. There are 50 adventures for your G.I. Joe with Kung Fu Grip, each sold separately. Here are 3. You can take Joe on patrol with Sandstorm Survival. And that's Joe with Secret Mission to Spy Island. Assemble Devil of the Deep and you can take Joe on a search for danger. There are 50 adventures for G.I. Joe.
Devil of the Deep comes with everything you see here. G.I. Joe with Kung Fu Grip, G.I. Joe adventure sets and equipment each sold separately.
All right, I have a serious question here. Why is it that the Sugar Bear gets to wear a turtleneck, yet all the other animals have to go nude? What is Sugar Bear hiding? Does he have like Nazi tattoos or something like that he can't show anybody? Makes you wonder, especially with that Bing Crosby-ish voice. He doesn't like those kids. He hates kids. So I have to ask, what does see you next Thursday or see you next Tuesday, depending, I guess, mean in Australia? Is that sort of a get the fuck out of here sort of thing? Is that just a nicer way of putting it? And Kevin R. Smith asks, I wonder how long does microwave your turkey, I should say microwave your turkey, era lasted? Testy Trekkie points out, Kevin, long enough that my dad did it for Christmas in the late 80s, early 90s. I was thinking probably up until about the 1000th death from botulism. Got it. Thank you very much. Thank you, Testy Trekkie. Now I get it. Okie doke. Yep. But, you know, the funny thing is, I don't think the C word is really that bad. And if I were a woman, I probably would be like, yeah, whatever. It's like, okay, I don't know why that's like the absolute worst thing to call a woman for some women. And yes, I've done it. So don't get me wrong. I've done it to their face too. But anyway, not always a nice guy. Actually, I'm a good guy. I'm not a nice guy. I try to tell people there's a big difference. Kathy Evans says maybe the sweater was a gift from someone. He has to wear it for that reason. I would like to see Sugar Bear with one of those god-awful Christmas sweaters. That would be pretty good. Well, so Flaming Heron says, I think the S word is worse. All right, we're not going to get into the history of swearing or anything like that. We're here to take a look at a couple of games. That's right. First off, we're going to be diving on into Vinyl Jukebox Edition and then follow that up with Vinyl Holiday Edition. These are both from Talon Strikes Studios. The games are both designed by Eric Alvarado. I'm taking a guess on that. It might be Alvarado. So apologize to you, Eric, if I've mispronounced his name. Graphic design and artwork provided by James Churchill, John Merchant, Jason Washburn, Tristram Rosin, and Catherine Boyles. The Jukebox Edition, which is what we're looking at first, is for 2 players, ages 14 and up, plays in around 30 minutes, carries an MSRP of $30. So let's swing on over to the other camera because here we've got Vinyl Jukebox Edition. Couple of things to point out before we dive on in. Well, first of all, I'm going to get the shrink wrap off so we can maybe cut down on a little bit of glare. Maybe. Come on. Wow, this is actually some pretty stretchy shrink wrap. Not the usual that just zip right off. Anyway, so the fine folks over at Talon Strikes Studios were kind enough to provide me with these 2 review copies, but neither I nor anyone else affiliated with the Gaming Gang has received any other sort of compensation for me to share this coverage with you, and it's important for you to know that. Also want to mention that I did a review for Vinyl, the Big Daddy game of this series. Really liked it. Really interesting. But I want to point out it was actually a crunchier game than I think a lot of people were expecting. And I think that might be what Jukebox kind of addresses. But here's the thing. From what I can tell, now there are expansions to Vinyl with different genres of music, like heavy metal, right? But from what I can tell, from my understanding, without having dove into either of these games we're taking a peek at tonight, they're completely different games. So this isn't like Vinyl Light. This is its own thing. Because in Vinyl, you're a record collector, you're an album collector, and you're trying to put together, the coolest collection. Here, you're actually trying to fill a jukebox. After flipping through the selection of songs, inserting a coin into the slot, and pushing buttons, a mechanical arm selects a 45 from its library. For those kids out there who are not familiar with this, it is not a 45 caliber gun. It is a small record, which you may not know what those are either. I guess that would be a long discussion. Anyway, after carefully placing it on the spinning turntable, music fills the air and begins to entertain the nearby listeners. Welcome to Vinyl Jukebox. All right. One of the things I thought was really cool about vinyl was the different album arts. If I remember correctly, all the albums had different artwork on it. I thought that was really wild. Okay, so we've got some baggies. We've got some cards here. I would take a guess these are probably your goals for the game. We'll take a closer look in just a second. We're going to look at the rule book first. We've got our draw bag. And got a bunch of punch boards. So we'll get to those in a second. I'm actually going to bring the holiday edition over to my brother's tomorrow, because a lot of times after giving dinner, my sister-in-law, she'll be like, oh, let's play a game. And she always wants to play like super boring, like card games and that. But she'll be open to the holiday edition of vinyl because it's a holiday game. So I'll be digging into those rules a little more tonight. Here's our game overview. So, Vinyl Jukebox Edition is a 2-player bag building game where players use coins with various attributes to collect 45 tokens to add to their jukebox. When a player aligns 3 45 tokens in a row or column, in a row or column, they earn a scoring token based on an attribute in that row or column. When a player places 9 45 tokens, I don't know, it just seems strange to say 9 45s tokens. I know what they mean. I get it, but the game concludes at the end of the round. Each player totals their victory points earned from their scoring tokens and their scoring card. Then the player with the most points, obviously enough, wins the game. No rules for tiebreakers, though. So we've got the record tokens. Well, that almost looks like a take on the Blues Brothers from the 40s. That's kind of interesting. So we have 30 45s, 30 scoring tokens, 15 scoring cards, bonus coins. I think that says rival coins, or 2 player boards, 2 coin bags. So there are two bags there, and 24 player coins. So you're going to prepare the store. So it looks like this is going to be your setup here. You're going to create stacks of the 45s to create draw piles. Oh, it's just one. Okay, so there's a 45s draw pile. I was wondering why they were showing all of those. Oh, no, okay, there you go. So we get a 3x3 grid. So our grid. Then we have scoring tokens. Over here, those are scoring tokens. We're going to arrange those. And we put matching rival coins on each set of matching tokens. Okay, so, yeah, interesting. Shuffle the scoring cards, deal 3 to each player, keep them private. Okay, so they are hidden. Each player chooses 2 to keep and discards the 3rd. So you're going to display the bonus coins by decade. I think this is 40s, 50s, 60s as far as the decades. Oh, yeah, right here it says 140s, 150s, 160s. Oh, 1 blues, 1 country, 1 jazz, 1 pop, 1 rock. Okay, cool. The person most recently listened to music is the starting player. Well, that's going to be a tough one. Doesn't everybody listen to music? No, I listened to it 18 minutes ago, man. I'm going first. So there was, I don't think it's current in chat, there was a little bit of discussion about the C word. Yeah, I was going to say, I thought it's like really bad news here in the United States, but yeah, in Europe, England, things like that, it's, just a derogatory term for man or woman. Because I've seen plenty of movies where, they're European or they're in, England or Ireland or something like that, Scotland, Wales. And one guy calls another guy the C word. All right, so we've got our game summary. During the game, draw coins from the bag and use them to collect 45s. Collect scoring tokens when you complete a row or columns of 3 45s in your jukebox. Make things more difficult for your opponent by adding rival coins to their bag, but you can also give your opponents free coin earn. Work to meet the requirements of one scoring card. At the end of the game, sum your victory points gained from your scoring card and scoring tokens, and the player with the most victory points wins. So you draw the coins from your bag, and you place them on your board. So it looks as if we've got specific areas that those coins will go, because it says you must place a coin before drawing another. So it must be important where you place it. Stacking coins, bonus coins. Boy, I wish we hadn't gotten into this subject that's going on in chat right now. It's like, okay. Hey, so we're looking at this family game, and this is probably good to get, the kids around, even grandma. Grandma remembers jukeboxes and 45s, and what the hell's going on in that chat? Don't make me banhammer all you folks. I'm just kidding. So we got our bonus coins, diamond spaces. So it looks like we've got rows on our player board. We got a coin box. See, I remember I had mentioned how vinyl, which I liked, I thought it was really cool. Graphically, I thought it was really nicely done too. How it turned out to be a lot crunchier mechanically than I had expected it to be. This is sort of looking the same. Not that it's going to be, oh my gosh, I can't figure this out. But it looks like there's more to it and maybe a little more strategy to it than you might expect right off the bat. Game ends at the end of a round when a player has filled their jukebox with 45s, just like so. Player with empty spaces may attempt to score rows and columns with less than 3 45s if a scoring token matches. Otherwise, for each row and column that did not score a scoring token, gain 1 victory point for each 45. All right, so it goes on through that, and then it talks about scoring cards offer 2 ways to earn victory points. So this is the row, so this is how it's corresponding as far as getting the scoring card. So the top of the scoring card rewards players based on matching genre in those relative positions. Examine each 45 in your jukebox to determine if the genre matches in the exact position as depicted on the scoring card. If you have 1 match, 2 victory points, 2 matches, 4 victory points, all 3 match, 9 victory points. Says the bottom of the scoring card rewards players based on matching decades, sides, or both. Yeah, because we have A sides and B sides, because they're 45s. Keldon is with us tonight. Good to see you. Yes, happy Thanksgiving to you as well. This looks, like I said, this looks interesting. I liked vinyl quite a bit, and this was looking pretty cool too. This, no joke. I mean, depending on how heavy the mechanics are, this looks like something my mom would like, because my mom plays some board games from time to time with me. She loves Carcassonne. She likes Funfair a lot too, although I don't think she's ever won it, to be honest. Right, so these are our scoring tokens. So as we can see, that is our blues, I believe. I think that is our pop, rock, jazz, country. So we've got our 40s and 50s. And then these are some of the coins. You know what? We'll zoom in just a bit. Try to get you a better look at this. And yes, I do have the autofocus. Oh, you know what I want to take a peek at real quick? Yeah, we're dropping frames again, and it's like the same percentage every night. It's like 4%. And we go, yeah, so we jump up, we jump down, we jump up, we jump down. And I did a packet check before starting the show, and it was 0. So this is a YouTube-related issue. Don't know. I don't know. What I'm going to take a peek at for Tuesday's show is take a look at another streaming server for YouTube, because if I remember right, I think they've got 2. And I have heard stories that YouTube will throttle less popular live streams in order for more popular live streams at that time to get more bandwidth. So, Kevin R. Smith says, nothing like playing Vinyl Holiday Edition while listening to Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. Oh, I despise that song. Dusty Drake says they prefer I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus and Santa Claus Wants Some Loving. I've not heard of that. Should I take a guess at Santa Claus Wants Some Lovin'? Dropping the G. Okay, so this is the first part of the jukebox of the player board. This is the bottom part. So these are the various different 45s. I think coins go here. And dual-sided, so there's our B sides, right? Kelvin says it caused his resolution to drop to 144. Kelvin says, I guess I'm the boss of YouTube. I don't know, because I have seen some of the streams. So when I go do my show notes, so I get the timestamps, I have to take a peek. I jump around. And every show this week, last week, all has these drops. The audio stays, the video drops. Or the video freezes, basically. So anyway, so there's the bottom there. Here's the top of your jukebox. So your player board actually looks pretty much like this. Right? So you got the jukebox here. This is empty. This is open. Because that's where you're going to put the 45s. So you got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, just like so, right? 3x3 grid. And it looks like we also get a little bit of how to play on the side of the jukebox. So here we go. We've got more of the 45s. So now you can get a little better look at the artwork, the images here. So country, jazz, blues. I would think that's got to be rock. Although it's rock and roll from the 40s, I don't know about that. But, I don't expect this to be historically accurate by any stretch. And then here's the other player board. Here's, I would think this is Pop with the Elvis looking character there. I am intrigued. I am very intrigued. Yes. So I guess Keldon's telling everybody, drop your resolution down to 144 and then bring it back up to normal. And according to Keldon, says it works every time. Kevin R. Smith says, yes, it's rock and roll from the 1940s as performed by David Bowie. Maybe David Bowie's dad. All right, so we've got the punch boards. We have, oh, forgot to take a look at the scoring cards, but I think we already know what they look like. Give you a peek here. Linen finish as well. So each of the two players, and then they choose to keep two. And it looked like the rules were saying for you to, try to focus on one scoring card. Because I would think, I guess something like that you could actually work on. Okay. Obviously, this is a game that needs to be played so that you understand the complexities, the little wrinkles to it. So yes, 2 bags. And then we've got the rule book. See, I told you that autofocus just hates black. It's racist. It's racist autofocus. No! I'm going to have to throw it out. So that is look inside Vinyl Jukebox from Talon Strikes Studios. Now we'll take a look at Vinyl Holiday Edition. Personally, I like it being called Vinyl Season's Greetings. This is not an expansion to the Vinyl games. Now, I misspoke last night because I thought it was. I thought it was an expansion possibly for Jukebox. But it isn't. As the snow falls and the fireplace crackles, families extract the crate of holiday albums along with the old record player out of storage. Dust is blown off of the record player, and a queue of favorite albums is formed. Family members examine each album, reminiscing about Christmas memories. As the needle drops, a hiss and pop are heard, followed by the warmth of Christmas music filling the air. The music brings joy to all and inspires the traditional Christmas tree decorating with ornaments and gifts. This is for 2 to 4 players, ages 10 and up, plays around 45 to 60 minutes, does carry an MSRP of $25. So far, both these games, very reasonable. There's the original vinyl right there. So let's dive on in. No, I may have said that the Jukebox Edition was ages 14 and up. It's 10 and up. Okay, so let's take a peek at the rule book here. Looks pretty light. So from my understanding in this, we're going to move back out again so you can at least get a better look at the rule book. You're building a Christmas tree from the albums. So we've got 60 album cards, 18 wish cards, 4 player boards, 4 large ornament tokens, 48 small ornament tokens, 97 light tokens, 12 scoring tokens. Quite a bit in here. So we're going to prepare the store. So we've got our album cards. So I see it looks like there are variations of what albums you're going to use depending on the number of players. So they're marked with Christmas trees. So you've got album cards. So it says, deal 5 random album cards to each player, then shuffle the remaining album cards together, place them in a face-up deck in the center of the table within reach of all players. So in vinyl, the albums are cardboard. They're like punch board. Here it looks like the albums are cards, which is fine. It's a $25 game, right? Okay, so we're going to remove the top 3 cards from the album card deck, place them in a line below the album deck. So we're going to create a draft row. So we've got scoring tokens and descending. We've got light tokens in 4 piles by value, 10, 6, 3, and 1. Each player chooses a color and takes the matching colored player board and all ornament tokens, small and large, for that color. Select and shuffle the wish cards. Each player must leave enough space between their player board and the other player's player boards to their left and right. There must be room for 12 album cards on each side of your player board to decorate a 12 album card tree. Last person to listen to Christmas music is the first player. Well, I'm going to take a guess. If I'm playing this with my brother and sister-in-law and my nephew or niece, whoever wants to join in, it'll probably be my sister-in-law who listens to Christmas music last. She's probably already listening to it. A game of vinyl season's greetings. See, now they're calling it season's greetings. Why I oughta. It's listed as holiday edition on the website. Takes place over a number of player turns until the game end conditions are met. On your turn, you choose an action, then perform it. You might choose to decorate a tree to gain light token victory points or place a gift card for scoring token victory points. After your turn, the next player in clockwise order takes their turn. This continues until each player plays a total of 12 album cards between 2 trees and 3 gifts. At this point, the game will end. Player with most victory points is the winner. Easy enough. Choose an action, perform the action. Here's decorating the tree. At the end of the game, each Christmas tree must consist of 12 album cards in the exact orientation as pictured here. 2 at the base, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you play an album card to a tree already with cards, you must play your card adjacent, i.e. touching, any other card in the tree. But remember, the tree must match the set orientation as depicted on the right. It says each row of cards does not need to be finished before you place an album card in the following row. So they're showing this as being absolutely acceptable. As long as, when you're placing the album card, it touches another card. It's adjacent to a card that's already there outside of, obviously enough, the first card you're going to place. All right, so tells us how to decorate the tree. How to gain light tokens. Placing a gift card. When performing this action, choose any one card from your hand and place it onto an empty gift card spot below your player board. Look at the icons on the gift tag you just played. Choose one of your trees. If all icons on the gift tag are showing on your cards, what do you mean choose one of your trees? I thought you only have a tree. Okay. So it looks as if you've got that genre. If all the icons on the gift tag show on the tree cards, then you get to take the topmost scoring token and place it on top of the gift tag. Each gift card can only be scored once. If all your cards in either tree do not show all the icons later in the game, you may take the topmost scoring token when you play an album card that provides the final required icon for a gift tag. Ah, okay. So it looks as if everyone's competing to get gift tags. Should I guess the last person to place a token on that gift tag gets it? Then we also have wish cards. While a player is decorating their 2 trees. Oh, I guess you have 2 trees. There you go. Okay, see, that's what threw me off. Because I saw the end game condition is, oh, once everybody's played 12 cards. Like, oh, okay. How do you have 2 12-card trees then? But it says plays 12 cards to 2 trees. Nah, I get it. Okay. So while a player is decorating their 2 trees, they need to consider the wish card they were dealt at the start of the game. The wish card details how many victory points they earned for each album card attribute matching the relative position on one of the 2 Christmas trees, regardless of who played it. You choose only one of the trees to score this way. The wish card is scored at the end of the game. Players score album card attributes with matching icons on the wish card, regardless of who played the card. Oh, so everybody gets that from the wish cards. It says when all players have completely depleted all their small ornament tokens and have played 3 gift cards on the player's gift area, the game is over. Players will evaluate their wish card, choosing one of their 2 Christmas trees to score points associated with the total correct matches for each matching attribute in the correct position. So then you score your light tokens, scoring tokens, and wish card. All right, cool. And here's a scoring example. Pretty interesting. So here are our punch boards. So those are the ornaments and some of the lights along here. These are the albums. Oh, so these are your victory point tokens. I think these are the ones that you stack up in order. And then these are the large ornaments. So the player colors are red, blue, gray, and dark green. Those are the other lights. Here are the 2 decks of cards, which are our albums. And probably our gift cards, right? So each of the players will receive that. So that is their player card, which they're going to build their trees or going to decorate their trees on each side. I was just looking at which color. It's the poster. Is it? Am I missing something completely obvious? Because I thought they're by color. So, because it said, oh, each player takes a player board of their color. Strangely enough, I am not seeing anything changing except for these. Not that it matters. Kevin R. Smith says, if there's Christmas music playing in the background, does that mean everybody goes first? Nobody goes first? Right. You put the game away and play something else. Yeah, that'd be the other thing, because I can tell you right now, tomorrow at my brother's, Christmas music shall be playing. And it is funny because my brother, as I've talked about before, he is a stickler on when people decorate trees, when people put Halloween decorations out and stuff like that. So we were talking about that at Halloween, how it's like, no, you don't put up Christmas trees before Thanksgiving. And he doesn't feel that you should be putting up Christmas trees before like 2 weeks ahead of Christmas. I didn't say I agree with him. I'm just telling you. But that's his thing. Okay, so we'll zoom in. Get a close look at these. All right, so these are the albums. Because I know we should have a few different cards. So we'll look at the album cards. Oh, yeah, that's right. I was going to say something that's very cool about vinyl is that, and it's the case here with Season's Greetings, not Holiday Edition. I will change the title and everything. Okay, so these are our wish cards. So each player is going to get 2 of the wish cards. Or no, they get, well, you'll have 1 wish card. But I think you get 2 and you choose 1. So it's just showing the different icons and the number of victory points you're going to score depending on how many of these you can match in the particular spot. So that's those. So I think we also have the gift tags. I didn't see them there. Or is the, oh, you know what? I bet you the cards themselves, that side is the wish tag. Okay, so here's the thing that's kind of interesting about vinyl is you'll actually get album covers. They're phony, but still, they certainly look like real album covers. I thought that was really wild when I was sharing my review of vinyl. The James Brothers, Oh Christmas Tree. Can't tell you how many albums from like the 70s and 80s would have pictures of the singer, especially if it's like family members in the band. It was weird. Here's the Jimmy Lee Band, Old Fashioned Christmas. We're not going to look at all of these, but this one's funny. Same songs each year, same artists. With all my heart. Runaway Rudolph. I believe in Papa Kringle. Yes, that very famous Gary Pond album. John Colorado. Christmas for, what the hell is that? I can barely make that out. Cow dogs. I thought that's what it said. I was like, am I reading that right? Does it say cow dogs? It does. Dirt. By myself this winter. Cozy Christmas. Oh, here we go. Deck the halls. Little pinup art. Nice. So looking at the back, this is what I'm talking about. This must be the wish card. You play it, not wish card, gift tag. Because there's the gift tag part there. Then these are the icons. So there you go. So you can use these cards for 2 purposes. You can use them as the albums to decorate the tree, or you can use them like that with the icons and the gift tag. Nice. Or this is probably telling us what icons this album represents too. So I'm kind of curious, where were the... Oh, there we go. I was just about to ask. So here's an example of an album you're not going to use in a 2-player game because it's got the 3 Christmas trees. Here's 4. So unless you're playing a 4-player game, that is not going to be in your deck of cards. This looks really fun. And I'm telling you right now, I'll be busting this out over at my brother's house tomorrow night. I don't know if anybody's going to want to play it, but I will bring it with. So there. So take that. And we got some baggies for all of those various different tokens. So we've got the 2 decks of cards. We have the player boards. We've got 3 punch boards of various different tokens. And that is what we find when we take everything from Vinyl Season's Greetings, not Holiday Edition, Season's Greetings, outside the box. And of course, I will have reviews of these sometime in the future. See, guys. Still got to get that laptop. All right. So there you have it. Once again, Jukebox, part of the vinyl collection, is for 2 players, ages 10 and up. Let's double check. It is 10, yes. Ages 10 and up, and plays in about 30 minutes, carries an MSRP of $30. Well, we also have Season's Greetings for vinyl, and this is for 2 to 4 players, ages 10 and up. Plays in about 45 to 60 minutes. This one carries an MSRP of $25. I got to say, I'm pretty impressed taking a look at these, especially at these price points. All righty then. Very, very nice. Hey, you guys got an extra long Thanksgiving, or I should say Thanksgiving Eve edition of the Dispatch tonight. We're clocking in about almost an hour and a half. I know I was a couple of minutes late getting started tonight. So that is it for this time out. I got goodies coming next week. I just have not decided what yet, although I do believe on Wednesday, we will be looking at Prime Minister from GMT Games because that looks very unique, very different. I want to dive on in and get a look at that. I didn't want to do a War Game Wednesday tonight because it's Thanksgiving Eve. Yeah, that'd be a little more fun taking a look at something that's got a holiday theme to it. Anyway, if you like this video, by all means, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the Gaming Gang channel if you haven't already. And if you do subscribe, don't forget, ring that bell because it'll not only let you know when the Dispatch streams live Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday evenings right here on YouTube. It'll also let you know when I upload other videos, such as my recent review of Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay Up in Arms. Yes. Wait, did I do... Oh, no. Sorry. I'm thinking of Imperial Zoo. I haven't shot this review yet. Well, it'll come someday. Don't worry. And when it does, you'll be notified if you ring that bell. If you were watching live, thank you very much. If you watched live and took part in chat, big tip of the cap to you. I especially enjoy you taking part in the festivities because not only are you keeping me company, you're also keeping each other company. Talking about strange topics from time to time, but you're keeping each other company while I'm either unboxing and taking a first look at a board game or taking a first look and paging through a role-playing game. But of course, I know a lot of you out there, you don't have an opportunity to watch live. Doesn't matter if you're watching live or on Memorex. Thank you very kindly for taking time out to watch any of the videos here on the channel, which you may not believe this. Pretty shocking. There are over 1,600 videos on the Gaming Gang channel. I saw that. I was like, whoa. It's like, holy cow. Yes. So once again, however you watch, thank you very, very much. All right, everybody, if you're here in the United States, enjoy a happy, healthy, and safe Thanksgiving tomorrow. If you are outside the U.S., enjoy your Thursday. Of course, everybody enjoy the rest of the week. Take a peek at the Black Friday deals. I've got a couple of more I'll be putting up on the website. It's all under one post, and it is the Black Friday Cyber Monday deals post. So I've got a couple I have to add to it. So take a peek if you're looking to save on some gaming on Black Friday through Cyber Monday. Some of them run a little bit longer than that. And of course, enjoy your weekend. I will be back on Tuesday. Boy, it's going to feel like a long time away. Not doing a Thursday show tomorrow. Anyway, I will be back on Tuesday. So enjoy the rest of your morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time of day it is in your neck of the woods. I look forward to seeing you next week. And of course, here's hoping all of you out there get to enjoy plenty of great gaming with your gang.